That. Do it again.
Okay.
About like we expected. All right. All right.
Hey!
3.
Hey! Swap!
Oh, there you go. Huge. All right. 3, 2. Hi everyone, welcome to another Atmos video. So we just got back from the pre-release of Murders at Karlov Manor. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, had a good time.
Yeah, I think the set was about like we expected. The mechanics did play out to make the game pace kind of slower, but at the same time, there are some good aggressive cards out there.
Yeah.
And the opportunity is there because everyone else is kind of going slow. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this set works its way out in draft, which... when it releases on Arena, I'll be doing back-to-back drafts that maybe I should start recording.
Yeah.
I typically do pretty well because I always reset in like the lower ranks, then you zoom through the ranks.
Yeah.
So you have a very high win rate at that point.
That'll be fun to record.
Yeah. Might do some of that. So I did pretty good.
Yeah.
Mango had a good learning experience.
Did.
As it is. That was his first ever sealed.
Yeah.
You have drafted before.
It was an experience.
Yeah.
It's my first. That might have been my first time ever playing with a 40 card deck because I had only played Commander.
And yeah, Ravnica Remastered, you did the draft. That was also 40 cards.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely a different experience. So I managed to go 2-1. We did 2 seals back to back. They were just really casual 3-game seals. Both of the first rounds, I had 3-game nail priders against very good players where I like lost in the last turn. The second one was to a misplay that hurt a little bit, but was able to rebound and went out from there. So we got some pretty good winnings here. We also have these codes that maybe someone has realized by now that, you know, we can only use one of them, so please have at them. If you're watching this past the first day, they're probably already been checked out, or no one's watched this video.
Yep.
And they'll never be checked out.
Just check all of them.
Yep. All right, so let's just go one each and see what these new play boosters have in store for us. We actually did a fun thing where we pooled our basically 24 packs that we opened across the pre-releases, and we built like some fun, almost like kitchen top magic decks that we're going to use to practice so Mango can get more up to speed. Oh, this is the Niv Mizzet art card.
I was using that as a clue.
You're using that as a clue, yeah.
That was my clue yesterday.
Oh, foil Sanguine Savior. That's let me actually make sure I'm doing it in the right place. Oh, I also did mention the Johannes Voss new playmat that I finally got from the Kickstarter.
The goodest boy.
Yeah, it took a while, but this is an awesome playmat. Johannes Voss is an incredible artist, and these are great. That's a cool foil. Oh, Alquist, my last opponent in the last one. This is what I was talking about, this card. So, I mean, really strong. 3/3 for 3 vigilance that when it enters the battlefield, you investigate. So you're already, you know, basically drawing a card. Let me focus at that height. And then it basically, so this was a card called Sphinx's Revelation back in the day, and it basically converts clues into draw X cards, gain X life if you pay a bunch of mana. So very strong, but was able to overcome it. Oh, nice Private Eye. That's going to go in one of the deck. We did build a detective deck.
Yeah.
So I was just talking about how I want more of those. Oh, I guess both of these are good. This is also a detective, by the way. Detectives, look out for that archetype, especially because this card that we just showed. Lamasu, this is probably fine. This is very not playable. What did you think about this card? I know you played this card like a couple of times.
I liked it.
I think it was good?
Yeah. It gets you out of situations because it just eats 2/2s like nothing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of 2/2s in the set, or 2/1s in the set.
Yeah, it does think that it does not have Death Touch on your opponent's turn, though. But the fact that it can eat disguised creatures, I don't know, I'm probably a little lower on it, just personally, but I'll say all 3 of these are playable.
Yeah, I would say it was fine.
It's fine.
You're not mad about having it.
This is good, also very important in the Detectives deck.
Yeah.
It can be a Windrake that stuns, you know, if you can collect Evidence 6, which in the late game when you want it to do that, it can. Also a nice playable.
This is a very good
pack. This is a great... This is
playable.
also playable.
Yeah.
This can randomly brick the board in, like, weird ways, because if you have a lot of, like, draw 2 or investigate Zenergies, people kind of don't want that to make a clue.
Yeah.
Finally, in 24 packs, we did not open one Novice Inspector.
Yeah.
A common, which is fantastic. Also need for the detective. This was the detective pack we needed, and yet another good detective.
This
this
pack
card's
was
not great. That card.
great.
Yeah, 3 like not exciting cards.
Right.
I mean, some of these aren't exciting, but like you're not unhappy playing most of these. Granite Witness, just fantastic art and just a real good card.
Yeah.
I won multiple games, not that I necessarily like needed it to win, but just intentionally playing this face down and flipping it face up on the same turn. Just to like tap what they needed. Like on top of being a 3/2 flying vigilance for 4, like you're not unhappy about any part of this card.
Yeah.
It's just
strong.
Also goes in the detectives, so yeah, I think maybe going through like draft picks. This is what's called you know, okay, let's actually do it. Although it's pretty simple. You first pick Alquist. So when you do like pack breaks like this, you do what would you pick first in a draft?
Yeah, definitely.
First pick, pack 1, yeah.
The good mythic.
Let's say not the good mythic, then I'm probably still here in Private Eye just because of how much I saw this perform. I'm a little concerned that like maybe someone else goes detective because there's like 2 other detectives, but yeah, I think those are Private Eye. I mean, pretty straightforward pack, I think. It's going to be hard to argue with the bomb mythic.
Right. Yeah.
First pick, and then the very good.
I hope we didn't open the best pack first.
Oh, sorry.
I might have.
I'm opening this one, but you do the honors.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, cool mountain. Let's let the peoples look at see what they think. What do you think about these lands?
I really like them.
Oh, really? Does your like my brain doesn't even process at distance? Like this is really the first moment I'm really looking at it. This is just like a really like angular tower city.
Yeah.
Like my brain just sees spikes.
Look awesome.
Like it almost looks like a face.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! Look at this. It's like a face with like a spike crown. It looks like an evil face. That's got to be on purpose. Look, this is like the mouth tusks, nose.
It's one of those
2 eyes.
If you squint your eyes, you really see it.
Yeah, it's like a demon. That's wild.
Guilt. Okay.
Oh, this is a list card. Wild. It's like pseudo removal. You enchant the creature and then you just pay. So fun
I hated this card.
Oh yeah, that about me. Oh, that's a good pack. Judith might have the first pick.
Yeah.
We should probably open these in reverse order to go through the commons. So Judith was the rare, and we got a list card.
This is a pretty good card.
Oh, I like this card. You haven't read this yet, have you?
This one.
Yeah, check this out. So this is a
target equipment card from your graveyard to your battlefield attached to magnetic sulfur. When you sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on this. Okay.
So I said this in the review. There's like a here. You keep opening that. I'm gonna go get the card that I want to talk about with that.
Got Hotshot Investigators, Slime Against Humanity, Offender at Large. Which one was that? That one's not very good. Sanguine Savior. Museum Night Watch. Extract Confessions, not terrible, I don't think.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this pack's also good. Yeah, this is what I'm going to talk about. Yeah. But, I mean, Judith is almost certainly first pick. So,
for
3, 4 for 5. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, either you're making a 2/2 that when it dies, it hits your opponent for 2.
Yeah.
Which trades with, again, trades with disguised creatures, so strong.
Yeah.
Or any spell you cast just gates Death Touch and Lifelink, makes it into better Lightning Helix.
Wild.
Yeah, so easy first pick. This card's definitely playable. This card I'm going to talk about. This is also playable. I really like this. I one time intentionally... so I had the white board wipe in my first Azorius deck. So I intentionally flipped this, like played this, flipped it up, got them to overextend into having 3 creatures, and then I blew up the board and still had a 2/2 left over. That was a detective that synergized with my deck. So I did like that. Another Sanguine Savior, definitely playable. No, this is not playable. This is not playable. Crooked Cook, pretty good, especially in draft. If you can get enough of those like free artifacts energies, then this is insane. This is frankly the closest to Flame Tongue Kebu that we've seen, assuming you can really crank out clues. Yeah. Flame Tongue Kebu is a very famous old card. Big Dumb Idiot, no one cares. This thing's really good. 4 evidence is a little steep, but I mean it's pumping out Thopters.
Yeah, that's fine. I think.
Or it only does it on ETB. This card actually turned out to be fine. This is really
Yeah.
cool art. I like that effect as well. Yeah, we mentioned this one's a pain in the ass. I don't know how good it is.
I didn't like it. It's too expensive.
Yeah, it can be a pain in the ass though.
It's too expensive to flip.
I don't know what I think about this card. It's kind of funny, but okay. So I want to talk about this. So I talked about this in the set review. This is very obvious, has highest energy with equipments, but specifically in this set, you have a very cheap equipment in every color that's about the game Clue, right? There's lead pipe, wrench, rope, all of them, and then there's this bonus white one that also fits into it. So the reasons these all work is because they're all clues. This one's ironically a food equipment. They didn't want food to be left out from the sacrifice equipment game. But the idea is that you can sacrifice all of these.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have 7 mana, there's a wild play pattern here. You play Magnetic Snuffler, and when it comes into play, this Enter the Battlefield ability, you can put it on the stack, which means it enters the play, it has a trigger. So any triggered or activated abilities go onto the stack, and your opponent or you have an opportunity to respond to them.
Yeah.
You, as the active player, actually have to respond first. This is what's known as holding priority, which is very important because if you ever, like, let's say you play something and you intend to respond to it, you can't pass to your opponent to see if they have like an instant or like a counter spell or something.
Mm-hmm.
You have to react first. Because if you pass and they pass, it resolves.
Right.
So you have to hold priority. That's again very technical, but so anyway, so you put this ability on the stack. It hasn't resolved yet. Then while this ability is on the stack, you hold priority and you pay 2 mana. That's why you need 5 to do this, 7 to do it. 5 here. Pay 2 mana. Sacrifice this to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
So then this goes to the graveyard, and you did that in response. So this is still on the stack. When this goes to the graveyard, the second ability here triggers.
Oh,
And also goes on the stack. So then it will get +1/+1. So now it's a 5/5.
Yeah.
Then the first ability triggers, which will then return Lead Pipe from your graveyard back to the battlefield and attach to it. So in the end of it, for 7 mana, you end up with a 7/5, and you drew a card.
Yeah.
Right? And then this one can get even more zany, because you can pay 2 and sack this one to gain 3 life, and then when it sacks, you can also pay 1 and a white to make 2 1/1s, and then it will come back equipped to this. So, anyway, just really neat card.
Yeah. Equipping is something I have not dabbled in much.
Oh yeah.
yet.
Yeah, it's different. I do actually like this card. This card actually performed fine.
Right.
Especially in as I mentioned, aggro. Like there's some Boris aggro with Dog Walker out there. That could be interesting. All right. Is there anything in this that I actually wanted for any of the decks? Is the question. I don't think the second pack actually had. The first pack had everything I wanted to put into decks. I guess I could do this one. That one's a maybe.
All right.
All right, here we go. Pack 3, moving at a blistering pace. We'll go a little bit quicker through these unless there's like some very... Oh, look, it's already messed up all the time. This is a pretty cool little...
I already saw it.
Yeah, that's right. Remove it. Oh, there's a cool foil.
That we can put the best card we pulled here.
Look at its eye. That's its eye, right? Oh, no, it's not. That's like a brooch.
Yeah.
This is a really good foil. They're kind of stepping up their foil game. Like, that attention to detail, right? To get the brooch on the neck really brings it up. Whoa. Whoa. A really... Once again, no debating the first pick, unfortunately. Right. It's just probably the really good mythic. We did get another mythic. Double mythic.
It's not as good, but...
No, this is the one where you have to collect 6 evidence. Oh, yeah, so this is the one that's just all the good keywords, Flying, Lifelink, Ward 2. And then it just exiles stuff on ETB if it's disguised for quite a bit of mana. And then even if it dies, it doesn't come back into play like Oblivion Stone. It still goes to their hand, so it's still a bounce. Just hard to beat.
Yeah.
This is a 4/4 for 3. When it attacks, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from among cards exiled with it. So, okay. Yeah, this card actually is pretty neat. You have to be in a very... I would try to first pick this card, not with Aurelius Vindicator in it,
yeah, right.
but in general, and then just go really hard into red-blue spells. Because this is where that, it's called like Relentless Pursuit or whatever, the pay 2, discard 1 draw 2
Oh,
goes really, really well into
yeah,
this, right?
It does.
And you just play a bunch of spells, and there's like...
That was a common too, wasn't it?
That's a common,
yeah. So you can get a few of those.
The Cold Snap card is really good. The card that just draws a card and investigates good. So you're really looking for artifact. But yeah, I think this is gas. Because when you collect evidence, like, that stuff just stays exiled, so you can keep, like, accessing it with this.
Yeah.
Whenever it attacks. Because it does just have crew too, so it's not like you even have to collect evidence.
Right.
You basically just collect evidence once with it, hit a lot of good spells, which gets you a free attack out of it, and then from then on, you only crew it 2 and just keep getting free recasts. I mean, for as many... and it does put them back into your deck as well, so it's like weird anti-decking.
It's more of a build around, but still
protection.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. I guess this is a maybe for the deck as well. Another surveillance monitor. This card did win me a game. I did play this. I wasn't super high on it, but this is an explosion of damage when you undisguise it. Double strike, so double strike is, we went over, it's first strike and regular, but that does also hit your opponent twice.
Yeah.
Like directly, so yeah, it's definitely playable. This card's fine. I said I was going to go through them faster. That card's not. That card's not. That card's not. That card's not. This card's ridiculous and might kind of mess up the limited format a little bit. I mean, this is an Oblivion Ring that gains 2 life for 3 at common. It's just... It's priced to move, I'll say that. Like, this is also... any 3/3 for 3
yeah.
is
I
already
had
pretty
this
good.
card in my deck. I played it a few times.
It intentionally comes into the battlefield tapped because it would almost be oppressive for disguise.
Yeah.
If it came in untapped.
Yeah.
So that was a cool pack. I enjoyed that pack. I really like this.
In it too.
Yeah, the really cool foil. I really like this.
Yeah.
The EA.
Packs you've been opening so far are really good.
Yeah. I'm on fire now. I will say too that I was not very high on this treatment when I saw it, because it's like, so this is a borderless treatment because there's no border, right? It's fully borderless. But then they like created a new border with like this spyglass thing, and somehow the whole combination actually does pull off. And these things foil amazingly. So I'm actually pretty high on this treatment, which I did not think I would be.
Super nice.
Oh yeah, I would love to see how that foils.
All right. Really cool. Oh, we have another.
Oh, that is a sweet puppy.
I'll put this one over here.
Goodness, yes. It's a good boy.
Ooh, that's a cool foil.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also a playable card.
Right.
Very good.
Camera picks it up nicely. Oh my god.
Shit camera.
Pulling mythics every pack.
Oh, read this.
Bomb.
Read this out loud again.
All right. This is 6/6 flying trample.
4
for 6.
Yeah.
Well, 4 black and a red. And it says, at the beginning of your end step, target opponent may sacrifice 2 non-land, non-token permanents. If they don't, you draw 2 cards.
Yeah, non-token, by the way.
Yeah.
So there's no getting around this. It's gonna hurt. It gonna hurt.
It's flying trample.
Yeah.
That's big.
Oh, double rare pack.
Ooh. There's the driver of the vehicle.
This is what the kid wanted who traded us. Yep. Yeah, so that one has a bunch of text. Cast spells for free, basically. That card's good.
Yeah, this card's good.
Yeah.
I like that it's a 1/3.
It's very playable.
For 2. And it has reach.
I never saw this card. I think this card is very... I want you to read this card and give me your opinion. I think this card is very good in draft, but I never saw it.
When this enters the battlefield, investigate.
1 blue, by the way.
Yeah. To solve, control 3 or more artifacts.
Imagine if you were drafting.
That's easy.
That's pretty easy, right? If
Yeah,
you're drafting, because
that
this
is
spots you 1.
There's plenty of things that
Yeah.
give you that for free. Solve 2 in a blue, sacrifice this case, put 4 1/1 counters on target non-creature artifact. It becomes a 0/0 bird with flying. Oh.
So it turns one of your clues into a 4/4 flyer.
Yeah, that's...
But now this is interesting.
That seems pretty good.
Well, yeah, but it does
like
also
2
eat
turns later,
it
3
does also
turns
eat
later?
the clue. I mean, it could be immediately. Like if like this is assuming you play this turn 1, but you can play this on turn 4 when you already have 2 artifacts and just do the whole thing.
Boom. Yeah.
But it does actually eat one of your clues, which is kind of a cost. I hadn't actually considered that part.
Fuss bother. What do you think about this?
I think
Doesn't bother.
bother. I think bother in sealed was very good. It'll be interesting to see if it's too slow or not for draft, but it was pretty good. I actually do not hate this card, by the way. This card I think is a little bit underrated because this trades with the Skies creatures and just that Surveil 1 is pretty good. Red Herring, that card's just funny. I think it's decent. I think this will be good at like every aggro deck will want this because again, the Skies cannot profitably trade with this.
Yeah.
And whenever this becomes irrelevant, you just cycle it for a card.
Yeah.
Like that's what.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a really good aggro card.
Another one of these.
Yeah, it's
we
always,
take all of those.
Always playable. This is also just a good card in the detective deck. Bad card. Bad card. Don't play.
Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah. Not good.
Hey, that was a good pack though.
Yeah, that was a good
pack. You got. I really wanted that. So far, all of these packs have been better than.
Mythic.
Yeah, I guess since this was 6 packs, we can even evaluate this as a sealed pool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought
Oh my
that.
gosh.
That was not intentional.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. What sealed? Yeah, we can do that. Like, what sealed direction would we go in? All right, so another. Let's this one is this also a Megatron? It kind of is. Look, but the face is shifted up. This is like the chest here.
Yeah.
If I do it further away from the camera, you can kind of see it. Like these are shoulders,
Yeah, it
I
does
think.
look like the chest.
This
and
is
shoulders.
the face. This is the chest. Well, we need it. I'm gonna later. I'm gonna go get the other ones. I'm gonna look for the. Oh, this is the Rotmo. I do feel like they stepped up their foil game a little bit. This one's kind of one note, but the foiling is still nicer than I remember. I mean, people were complaining about it. Oh, you have an experience with this one, right?
Yeah.
So
the first game I played, I had 2 of these played on me in 3 turns, and I lost very fast.
Yeah. So a 3/2 lifelink that makes a 5/5 trample's pretty good. That then also affects combat. So
PTSD.
Yeah.
I dealt with the first one, and I thought I was in the
fair.
clear for a couple turns, gonna recover, and then he just played another one, and I was like, wow.
It's devastating. So LSV and Marshall, I have now watched the set review, most of it at least. They said they think this is bad, it's too hard to do. We'll see. I think there's still a chance there if you build around it. This card's just good. This card's not. This card's fine. This card's really good.
Yeah, that card is very good.
Card's very good. Spirit, nothing like a 3/3 flyer for 4 that draws a card. This card turns out to be good.
Yeah.
Also cool. Borderless.
Nice.
The trample really makes it. Bystander's fine. Another makeshift binding. Happy to see it. This card might be fine.
This card foil is super sick.
You know what would be interesting? This card as your high end in Orzhov when you have the... Oh, sorry. Thank you. This card in the high end of Orzhov when you also... Or no, sorry, not Orzhov. Rakdos, red-black.
Yeah.
When you have the black spell that gives it +2/+0, and then if it dies, it returns.
Yeah.
Because you trade this side, and then you're like...
Whew.
That's one of the main targets for it, I think. All right, your turn.
All right.
So that was just a single rare pack, right? All I got was Pulse Mirror. Yeah.
Get your clue out of here.
My apologies.
Another puppy.
Oh my goodness.
It's a dog. Sorry, not a puppy. It is a puppy.
It is a puppy. It's a puppy.
It just says dog.
Oh, the type, yeah. Oh, this is a really cool foil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool foil. Also, this art is pretty wild.
That's dope.
Yeah, we have another one of those.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
Phoenix. That's a good one.
Nice. This is a good card.
Yeah. Okay, this is a pack.
Oh, look. Phoenix.
Lightning Helix! That's actually a hard pick. Well, I mean, Tolsimir was obviously the pick. We basically picked the rare in every pack
Yeah.
so
That's
far.
tough.
This one's closer, though.
Not bad.
I'm probably still taking the Phoenix, to be honest. That's like the weakest of those, probably, but it's still not bad. That is bad.
Oh. Okay. Yes, good card. The borderless one.
Yeah, Demand Answers.
Bad.
Good for that deck. It's actually not terrible.
Fine. I thought it was something else.
It's not terrible. That card's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
I
card's
wish
good.
I played this card correctly before my third game.
Oh, nice. Yeah. What were you doing with it? Nothing?
Yeah, I was just doing nothing with it.
Oh, yes. That's not the correct way to
really
play it.
bad. This card's not good. This card's fine.
That's fine. The 2/2 detective for 2.
Another Hellion.
It fills the detective deck. Yep, Hellion's just whatever.
And
That card's bad, I think. I mean, it's Mind Rot. Was that the
Yeah.
last one?
Yep.
That was the last one? We didn't do any pomp and circumstance over that one? Okay,
Well,
so...
that one, it was...
I'll probably do take the Phoenix.
This.
Just because, I mean, Lightning Helix might be a little bit better, but Lightning Helix is forcing you into 2 colors.
Right.
So, like, you probably shouldn't force yourself into 2
And,
colors.
like, when do you take something like this first over a good creature?
I mean, so I think
I mean,
these...
this creature isn't broken, but it's good.
It's pretty good. It's a recurring 3/3 flyer for 3. And it can recur multiple times. So it's pretty good.
Right, like what...
I do think this is
how,
close.
How
I do
good
think
of
this
a
is
spell
close.
does it have to be to be over
I'll say
the
that
first pick?
I think these are... Like, if I were to grade the power of these, I would say this... I said this was an A-. Luis said this is a B+. I think it's probably between those two. And this is probably right in the same space, honestly. Like, so the only thing that... Like, if I was in white at all, I would lean towards this. But if we're talking pack 1, pick 1, this is just more narrow. But it depends on the meta, too. Like, if the meta turns out that, like, Boros aggro, or, like, maybe main right, or main red, splash white, splash black or something, like, if that turns out just to be a good deck, I'm probably just taking this and forcing it. This is also good in an aggressive deck, so you could say maybe you still are just supposed to take this.
Yeah, I would probably take this first just because it's one color.
It's one color, and it's really strong.
Yeah.
I mean, it does suck a little bit that, like, you know this card is going fast and these share colors.
Yeah,
so,
not
like,
it's not gonna make it around, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it probably... So, when you're drafting, like, if it gets taken directly next to you, and it does kill it, but then this comes back, it doesn't kill it the second time. If, like, the person right next to you gets in the same color that you are, then you're, like, cut from that direction a bit, which you're not supposed to consider that, but... Anyway, let's see what our best cards... This card really isn't, like, realistically playable. This is huge. This is really good. This is really good. This is really good. This is... Okay, we have 2... So we should...
Oh.
So these are our...
Oh, wow.
These are our rare and mythics. We'll, like, stop the pack opening part here, and then we'll start here. Because now we're going to talk about the packs that we opened as a sealed pool. So these are definitely our most powerful cards. We do also, as I pulled out, I just happen to have on hand here. Let's get this over a bit. I do have on hand, like, the detective package. And, like, really good. I didn't pull out all of them, but, like...
Yeah.
So the question is, like, white, blue, splash green. White, blue, splash red. You probably can't splash the Phoenix. You have Rakdos splash white. Is probably better than Rakdos splash blue.
Yeah, I think Rakdos splash white is the move.
We did not open any fixing, or we didn't open any...
Manifix.
Like, any good Manifix. We opened that land. We didn't open the...
Which one is that?
The tunnel.
Oh, okay.
That tunnel is pretty clutch.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything else particularly that stands out. Okay, so... Could remove the splash entirely. Just take blue entirely out of it and just be red-white, but that doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
I honestly don't want to... This one's too stressful. I would agonize over this a lot, because, like, Rakdos... Now I'm questioning if I should go back to Rakdos with Splash White or something.
Yeah.
Like, this would have been a pretty... I'm glad I did not pull this when we were trying to eat while doing deck building in the second round, because
we had to have a meal at some point.
This would be a stressful build. Anyway, something like this. Something... cutting these... Maybe cutting... It's hard. This is definitely too many blue cards for a light splash, which makes me
it
uncomfortable. But, like, these are both really good.
How many blues are you gonna play? We don't have any fetches.
Yeah, we might even play this terrible fixing land. Anyway, just cut. I need to cut one more thing. Cut this, whatever.
Yeah.
Even though it's
You
very
I
good.
don't think you do cold case cracker.
Yeah, or maybe we go back to white, blue, / green.
Yeah.
When it's all.
Just keep a few cards in the sideboard to replace.
Yep. Okay. Well, good stuff.
Yeah.
Makeshift binding, really the stars here. Overall, good packs. Good
Yeah.
opens.
Good packs. Very spread out.
Yeah, yeah.
Harder to build a deck than the ones we pulled yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
They were more...
More linear.
Yeah.
More linear builds, especially my Azorius pool.
Yeah, you were pulling it and you were like,
I have
this.
7 playable
okay.
rares. Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll be back with more. I'm not sure we're gonna open many more. Oh yeah, we will. We got the clue. We're gonna get clue bundles
Oh.
that have the they have the guild lands in them, the shock lands. So that's gonna
That'll
be
be
cool.
awesome.
So we're gonna open some of those.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're
I'm
gonna
excited
open like
for
a whole
that.
box of this or something. Anyway, all right. See you guys.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool. These packs were like remarkably better than what we opened.
Yeah, these cards are insane.
These are good packs. Good packs.